And you said, I have extended gratitude to the president, so will I favor him? I would like to say this. A commissioner in IBC is being hired to go and do professional work. You are expected to behave professionally. You are expected to behave with integrity. And incidentally, there is a code of ethics that you must sign as you start work. This, and I think there are two of them. There is public officers, and there is a special code of ethics as provided for in the IEBC Act. Once you sign that, and you have done that, and you have lifted the Bible like I did. I am a Christian, and I believe that the Bible, as a power, by the way, I've just lifted the Bible here because this is Parliament, but as a Christian, I'm not expected to swear by the Bible, strictly speaking, because you are already a Christian, and it is taken for granted. Now, how do you lift the Bible, sign a code of conduct, and then you start doing things like this? What's wrong with you? So, I won't do it. I won't do it. So, I'm extending gratitude to my president. President Ruto is my president, and as long as he's the president, I think I'm obliged to extend gratitude to him. I mean, he had the powers to decide that Francis Aduol will not appear here today. He had the powers for whatever reason. Thank you. Now, Honorable Tiende Molo, why would a professor...
My question is already answered.
Already answered. Thank you, sir. Honorable Kalemba, IEBC, what is the relationship with pending bills? I thought, Honorable Kalemba, am I right, Honorable Kalemba? Karemba. With an R. Thank you, sir. I don't know what it means. I don't know whether you are talking about pending bills at IBC or pending bills from where I'm coming from.
I'm trying to inquire how good were you at managing pending bills at the university?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Chair, the pending bills has been a phenomenon in the university system for a very long time. Already in the mid-90s, when we were at the University of Nairobi, we had pending bills, and many people may not know. The reason Module 2 was ever introduced, and I was involved in it, I am one of the people, 7 people selected by the university in 1997 to write a document that eventually created Module 2, and that document is where we are using for the first time the word Module 2 and the word parallel program. Why they were introduced in the University of Nairobi, then Francis Gichaga was the vice chancellor, was because the university was having pending bills. Many people don't know. By mid-90s, University of Nairobi was already having huge pending bills. This has been a phenomenon in the university system. And universities have tried to deal with it in the kind of ways that, like Module 2. But in my tenure, therefore, at the Technical University of Kenya, we had pending bills, and I left pending bills at the university. It has got to do with the way the government funds universities. And honorable members, as long as we don't have a proper funding formula for universities, the universities are going to have pending bills. If you would look in the records in this house, you will find several times when we as vice chancellors, and around 2016 to 2019, I was the chairman of the vice chancellors committee, and I headed vice chancellors to come to parliament just to talk about the fact that universities are not properly funded and we are accumulating pending bills. I have been in this very chamber talking about this issue. So I left pending bills, yes, but it has got to do with the fact that we don't have a proper funding formula for universities.
Just before you proceed from there, there are murmurs in the streets that you are the one behind the new funding, university funding model formula. Is it true?
Thank you, sir. Actually, those should not be murmurs. Those should be compliment. because I am the person behind the differentiated unit cost. I have a thick document here I came with today where we did this work for the first time in 2005. This document is dated 2004, presented to the University of Nairobi, and it is titled Unit Cost for Tuition and Student Welfare Services, Chairman Francis Aduol. This is the beginning of differentiated unit cost. And what we were trying to do was to look for a rational way of funding universities. Sadly, it took a very long time for the Ministry of Education to embrace this. And here I must give compliment to Honorable Matiang'i. When he was chairman, when he was the Minister for Education, Cabinet Secretary for Education, he is the one who had the courage to implement the differentiated unit cost, in spite of the fact that we had put it in the law in 2012. I was also a member of the committee that did the Universities Act in 2012, and we put DUC in there. So it is not like, why should people murmur about it? Because murmuring is like, it is something negative. It was a good thing. The only thing is, we have failed as Kenyans to implement this properly. Thank you.
Next one, the next question.
Let the professor come back to IEBC.
Let's go. Yes,
we are going to
the question was exactly like that. So he had to answer, he had to also to speak to Kenyans on what we have had disputes with regarding the funding model. Having said so, the next question is by who? Makali, which was your next question?